Outrageous!
Our host, Lord Charles Lancelot III, comes from a very long line of Lancelots dating back to the earliest days of the 16th century. His great-great-great-grandfather, Lord Rupert Lancelot IV, was a powerful but very crazy feudal lord who plundered and pillaged small English villages up and down the coast. Lord Rupert Lancelot IV was finally captured, and after a royal decree, he and his family, all future descendants and heirs to the Lancelot title, were sentenced to be imprisoned in the family home, Lancelot Lodge, forever. As the centuries passed, so did the Lancelot family, sadly leaving one remaining member of this once proud family, Lord Charles Lancelot III. Charles had in his youth filled many lonely hours, days, weeks and even years amusing himself with his trusty dog Lancelot and his collection of medieval musical instruments. He would spend hours walking his dog through the gardens and the musty corridors and once magnificent rooms of this grand castle, or hide himself in the tower inventing the most ear-shattering musical sounds the world would never hear. Sadly, as the years passed, Charles began drifting into a world of his own, becoming more and more withdrawn. Charles was losing his grip entirely, sitting for hours discussing world events, singing and even dancing with his close friends, the numerous suits of armor that littered the corridors of the lodge and the walls of the great feasting hall. After finishing his dinner in the great hall one particularly wet and cold evening, Charles began to discuss the day's events as he had so many times before with Reggie, his favorite suit of armor. But somehow things were a little different this evening, and the conversation quickly changed. Who would be Charles' heir to Lancelot Lodge, his other family properties, and most frightening of all, the Lancelot name? Lady Marie Lusting. Wildly vivacious, flaunts her sexuality, known to have broken many hearts and lusts after rich older men. She was at one time a B-grade horror movie actress until she met and married 80-year-old Texan beef baron Tex Stallion, who sadly passed away 4 months after they married of physical exhaustion. She roams the continent, haunting all the in-places of the rich and beautiful, and leaves a trail of broken bank accounts. Princess Sandy Sandtrap. Ever smiling, bubbly, very loud, supposedly secret second cousin to the Queen, has never married and somehow has been able to keep her private life and family a secret. It is rumored that our Sandy is an international golf groupie and is seen at most golf tournaments around the world. The royal family deny any connection or blood relationship with this self-proclaimed princess. Contessa Carmen Gettet. Famous for her outrageous stunts in public, a beautiful and popular Spanish socialite who has for many years raised vast sums of money for charity. Her father was a very famous bullfighter until unfortunately he died in the ring. Mother is a highly respected ophthalmologist. This never-married Contessa owns and manages the infamous pleasure parlor chain Scarlett's. President Woody Pine. This jack of all trades has at one time been a lumberjack, truck driver and an ex-Navy commando, highly decorated for his clandestine political missions around the world. President Woody Pine is now leader of a little-known movement called PWPSTPTF, President Woody Pine Save the Pine Tree Foundation. Never seen out of uniform and loves to discuss his favorite pastime, planting pine tree plantations. Prince Plaster of Paris is very much the gay blade of Paris, seen with the right people and at the right places. Always on the arm of much older and particularly wealthy women, an outrageous dresser, and always in bright colors. Father was a Polish prince, and his mother a peasant girl who worked in one of his father's many textile factories. Count Lenny the Legend. The only son of Count and Contessa Erich von Hinkler. Incredibly rich, a little arrogant, a storyteller. Lenny inherited all the family wealth the day his parents were killed when their hot air balloon burst and plunged into the sea. Some say Count Lenny the Legend's title is fictitious and believe his father won this status playing backgammon.
I say, you've arrived. Hello there. I would officially like to welcome all my wonderful guests to my outrageous table. Hello, 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 hello. Glad you could come. Now, the rules of my game, Outrageous, are simple. Have you all read them? Now listen very carefully. When I return to my table and speak to you, my guest, whose move it is, must stop where they are immediately and miss the rest of their turn. When I have finished with you, my guests, my outrageous game continues with the player whose turn it was next, before I so rudely interrupted you. Now, when I speak to you during my game, you must show me the respect I deserve and answer me, "Aye, my lord." Now, I know you're just a little bit stiff. I want you all to loosen up. So could you all stand, please? All stand. That's it. And repeat after me, "Aye, my lord." No, not loud enough. One more time, "Aye, my lord." And one more time for the Queen. Now, while you're still standing, everybody step back from the table and follow me. "Aye, my lord." Woo! Outrageous. Now that you're all feeling foolish, sit down and let my game begin.